You think you have your own values. You think your moral compass points true north. You think the things you find admirable, kindness, humility, fairness, were conclusions you reached through independent thought. Nietzsche would tell you that you are wrong. Not just wrong, deluded. Your morality is not yours. It belongs to the herd. And the herd does not care about truth. The herd cares about survival. Nietzsche did not believe that morality itself is bad. He believed that a certain type of morality, the morality of the herd, is a sickness. He traced its origins to a specific historical event, the inversion of values. In the ancient world, what was good? Strength, power, pride, the ability to dominate. These were the values of the aristocratic class. But there was another group, the weak, the poor, the enslaved. They could not compete through force, so they competed through morality. They took every characteristic of the strong, pride, ambition, sensuality, power, and called it evil. They took every characteristic of the weak, humility, pity, submission, and called it good. This was the greatest psychological victory in human history. The slaves won by making the masters feel guilty for being masters. This is herd morality. Let us make this concrete. A colleague gets a promotion you wanted. Your first thought is not celebration. It is resentment. You start looking for reasons they did not deserve it. This is herd morality. Your resentment is not about justice. It is about the fact that someone rose above you. A friend posts a fitness transformation. Instead of being inspired, you feel irritated. They are so obsessed with themselves, they are vain. This is herd morality. The herd does not want you to become extraordinary, because your extraordinariness exposes the ordinariness of everyone else. You are at a dinner party and someone expresses an unpopular opinion. You agree privately, but stay silent, because speaking up would cost you social capital. This, too, is herd morality. It is the voice that says, do not stand out, do not be different, do not make yourself a target. Every time you dim your light so others feel comfortable, you obey a morality designed by people afraid of you. Here is where Nietzsche becomes genuinely challenging. The herd has contradictions, and they reveal something uncomfortable about human nature. First contradiction, the herd worships what it destroys. The same people who gossip about a successful person would love to be that person. The herd tears down the strong, and then builds statues of them. It cancels people and then makes them famous. The herd does not hate power. It hates power that does not serve the herd. Second contradiction, the herd needs leaders but hates leadership. The herd cannot function without direction, yet resents anyone who provides it. This is why politicians perform humility while accumulating power. The herd demands that leaders pretend not to be leaders, and anyone who openly embraces power is destroyed. Third contradiction, the herd claims to value individuality but enforces conformity. Every institution celebrates uniqueness. But try actually being yourself. Express a genuinely contrary opinion. Refuse a social ritual. The herd will turn on you immediately, because what it values is not individuality, but individuality within approved limits. Let us examine everyday problems through both the herd's perspective and Nietzsche's. Workplace envy. A coworker gets recognition you believe you deserve. The herd says, you were wronged, complain, rally allies, undermine them subtly. Nietzsche says, why do you need recognition from the herd at all? If your work is excellent, the recognition of the mediocre should mean nothing. Your anger reveals that you are still part of the herd. Romantic jealousy. Your partner is admired by others. The herd says your jealousy is valid, set boundaries, demand reassurance. Nietzsche says, jealousy is not love. It is ownership dressed as passion. If you truly valued your partner, their ability to attract admiration would be a source of pride. Your jealousy reveals you see them as a possession, not a person. The fear of being disliked. You avoid controversial opinions to maintain social approval. The herd says, "This is wisdom. Social harmony matters." Nietzsche says, "You are being a coward." Every time you suppress genuine thought for social approval, you strengthen the herd and weaken yourself. The path to individuality is paved with moments where you chose truth over belonging. Here is a question Nietzsche never fully answered. If the herd exists only in opposition to the strong, if herd morality is defined entirely by its negation of master morality, can the herd survive without the very thing it hates? The answer, following Nietzsche's logic, is no. The herd needs someone to resent, someone to tear down. This explains why we constantly manufacture new villains, why social media needs a new outrage every week, because resentment is the fuel of herd morality. You cannot simply decide to stop being part of the herd. The herd is not a club you can resign from. It is the psychological structure of social life. What you can do is become aware of it. Recognize the herd's voice in your own head, that twinge of resentment when a friend succeeds, that craving for approval from people whose approval means nothing. These are not your authentic responses. They are the herd speaking through you. The path begins with a devastating practice. Question every value you hold. Where did it come from? Who benefits from you believing it? Does it make you stronger or weaker? This will cost you relationships. It will cost you comfort. But the alternative is living a life scripted for you by people who are dead. Herd morality is not a theory. It is the operating system of human society. Every time you feel guilt for your ambition, that is the herd. Every time you resent someone else's success, that is the herd. Every time you perform a moral stance you have never genuinely examined, that is the herd. Nietzsche's gift to us is not comfort. It is clarity. He shows us the machinery of social control, the wires and pulleys behind the stage, and dares us to look. Most people will not. Most people cannot, because seeing the herd for what it is means seeing yourself for what you are. But you are still reading, which means something in you already knows. The voice in your head that wants more, that hates the smallness of polite society, that feels suffocated by conformity. That voice is not a flaw. It is the first sign that you are waking up. The question is whether you will stay awake or go back to the herd. The herd will always welcome you back. It will tell you that you are fine just the way you are. But you are not fine. You are capable of more.